Ahoy, fellow war criminals.
And welcome aboard the Joy of Trek, a squeaky podcast exploring the science stations in air quotes and supply ships, also air quotes of Star Trek.
All of it.
I'm Cocky.
I'm Kay.
And trauma dumping on the unsuspecting guy at the bar is your chief engineer, Greg.
Together we're on a mission through the sing-alongs of Star Trek to find the tension in every peace treaty and the excellence in every episode.
Even the uncomfortable headgear. Yeah, what was up with that?
Because every episode must be someone's favourite, and it might as well be ours.
So grow your questionable facial hair and join us as we handle real meat in
The Joy of Trek.
Oh, that's a very good script.
I had that one. I had the mouth corner mutton chops as well marked down. As
I was going to say you had handling meat on Star Trek, are we?
Well, there's that.
Handling real meat in the marriage kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, what is it with I've never really got comfortable, happy marriage vibes from O'Brien and Keiko.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought it was such a well-written relationship. Everyone was completely convinced by it. And, of course, the amazing Rosalind Chao. But, hey, before we sort of lose ourselves in the minutiae of an episode that the audience had not seen, what are we watching today?
Today's episode is The Wounded, TNG Season 4, Episode 12.
First aired on January 28th, 1991. That's 34 plus years ago.
Yeah.
I know. I can feel my bones crumbling to dust. Written by, story by Stuart Charno and Sarah Charno, and Cy Chermak and teleplay by Jerry Taylor, and directed by Chip Chalmers. What a name.
There's a lot of C's in that lineup.
Oh, yeah. Cy Chermak and Chip Chalmers. And the Charno couples.
Yeah.
So, how would you describe what happened in this episode? I've been looking forward to that this whole time. What are you going to focus on? Because there's a lot.
I think that this is an episode in which music brings people together.
And Chief, what is the official synopsis to remind people of what we're watching today?
When Captain Benjamin Maxwell apparently goes rogue, the Enterprise is ordered to apprehend him before his actions result in another war between the Federation and the Cardassian Union.
Thank you. I've been looking forward to this one.
Oh, yes.
I wondered if we'd get it because, it is not hard to love The Wounded.
No, not at all.
It's an excellent episode. It's the first introduction of the Cardassians with some fashion choices that never come back.
I was wondering about that, yeah.
Never again.
They also had different skin tone, I noticed. They were a little bit more pinkish around the edges rather than the grey we see around the DS9 era.
Yep, and so facial hair that also doesn't come back.
Well, that was only the one dude. That might have been a personal choice.
Yeah, true.
Headgear, it was just helmets they were wearing. It was just like maybe it's got little in-eye holographic displays that they project tactical helmets.
It's like how would you describe it? What actually looks like that?
It's kind of
it's kind of like a bike.
It's kind of like a bike helmet
that doesn't protect you from 43 arc seconds.
It protects the cheekbones and the forehead. And maybe it's just that kind of style.
But only from impacts directly from the front or the top. Nothing or directly sideways, maybe. But nothing from any other
Cardassians
angle.
Clearly have some sort of, I will call it obsession, but it kind of reminds me like they cut open DS9 and put it over their heads,
Oh my God, yes!
Four people can share one space station. In fact, if you cut it up in quarters, then you can each can put a quarter on their head, and you got roughly that.
Oh. Okay, so aside from that, it did gift us, the Cardassians, who became a really, really interesting, polity in DS9, and especially Marc Alaimo, who went on to play Gul Dukat.
Oh, yes, I was wondering about that.
He was Masset in this one.
Yes, right, I was wondering. I was looking at him and I was like, he looks familiar, but so yes, he did. They did just get him packed for...
So you looked at him from his chest and then all the way up to his chin at the massive neck.
Well, I was kind of lost in the mutton chops on around the corner of his mouth,
I've been to parties like that. What do people think of this episode?
Well, it's, like you said, quite well loved.
Yeah.
Den of Geek ranks it top 25 must-watch episode of Star Trek. Empire ranks it 35 best out of top 500 all 700 plus Star Trek episodes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. But TrekMovie.com suggested as viewing for St. Patrick's Day due to its Irish content.
Oh, God.
Which is a bit of a stretch, but...
Yeah.
there's a few little comments in there. And Maxwell was ranked 25th best character of Star Trek by IGN.
I definitely know that actor.
He looks familiar as well, yeah. Maxwell is the 94th most important Starfleet character in Star Trek universe by Wired.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a long list, not particularly impressive.
Yeah.
Chief, who played Captain Benjamin Maxwell?
Benjamin Maxwell was played by veteran character actor Bob Gunton.
Oh, that's interesting. And what was he in?
This is so frustrating for me because I swear, I almost wrote this down in the script in like all caps to tell you who it was, but I forgot. And I thought, no. Of course, Cocky's going to know exactly who this is. And you didn't. So Bob Gunton has been he's one of those actors that's kind of been around for everything. He's been in Patriot Games. He's been in Demolition Man. He was in JFK by Oliver Stone. Born on the 4th of July, also by Oliver Stone. But the most well-known thing, the thing that I think basically is his like defining thing as far as like in pop culture, he's the warden in the Shawshank Redemption, which like as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, of course it's Bob Gunn. Like, of course it's him. Yeah, no, and he's fantastic in that. He's fantastic in this. He's so good in this. And I'm so annoyed that I didn't write this down to bully you beforehand, because now you're going to hear this like a month later because of the temporal vortex, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, well, whatever. But it's like... But he's fantastic. He's fantastic. You guys talk about how fantastic he is in this. I'm sure. I haven't listened to this whole thing yet. If you don't, then I'm going to be very disappointed. You're going to hear more about me gushing about how good he is in this role, because Bob Gunton does a really fantastic job in this. This is a long ramble. Let's go back to the episode.
And now, for the rest of the episode, I'm going to do the thing where I sort of pretend to know that.
Him, yes.
And then hopefully in about 6 to 8 weeks, I'll hear it. And then from then on, I'll know.
You will.
Are you in?
I'm totally in with that. This is standard operating procedure for us at this point.
It's like when you're having a conversation with someone at rather a loud party and you didn't quite hear what they said. So you go, ha ha, and you hope it was a joke. And they weren't talking about like a terrible health condition that they have. Ooh. Oh, no.
After saying, excuse me, and what twice, like you kind of have to laugh.
Yeah, Anyway, there is one more person who had an opinion about this episode.
Yes, who recommended it to us?
The Wounded was recommended by Crimson, friend of the show who has studied the blade, who said...
this is another watershed episode.
Yeah, no kidding, Crimson.
We get Cardassians for the first time. Furthermore, we have Marc Alaimo playing a Cardassian, though not the one we're used to. He still chews up the scenery really nicely, though I'm not such a big fan of his mutton chops.
There seems to be a recurring theme here.
Yeah.
It is also a great episode for giving Colm Meany a chance to really stretch his legs, especially as he and Rosalind Chao really carry the B-plot. I really love that this episode digs into war trauma and the prejudices that it can breed that you don't even notice, as well as the difficulty when you move on from something and someone you respect doesn't. Plus, we get some quite nice singing. Minstrel Boy is one of my favorite tunes, though I first recall hearing it from Black Hawk Down.
Oh, whoa! Okay. Yeah!
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in the soundtrack. Hans Zimmer sort of pulled from it.
Yeah. I mean, Black Hawk Down is from after this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mid-90s, I believe.
Yeah.
As an aside, Minstrel Boy is a prime example of how the Irish and Klingons might find a lot in common. Who else has an upbeat song about dying gloriously in righteous battle?
Fair.
Crimson. I should have known this.
Oh, yeah. Sorry?
I should have known this would be Crimson who recommended it.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, like, what was it again? There's like only 4 different kinds of Irish songs. It's like, I've gotten drunk and I will never drink again.
Yeah.
I've left Ireland and I will never be happy again.
That's right, that's 2.
Bonny lasses are bonny.
They sure are.
And, oh yeah, those fucking fairies. Oh, and the English, so there's 5.
That's the one, there's 5, yeah. Those are the 5 songs. And one day, maybe for our next Patreon, if everybody really contributes to keeping the lights on here at Joy of Trek Studios and eats their vegetables, maybe we'll do a sing-along of the Irish drinking song by Da Vinci's Notebook.
Oof, okay.
Unless we've already done that one. I can't remember.
Might have been a different podcast.
Something to look forward to. Anyway, shall we warp into this episode?
If we don't have any warp cores,
of course not.
No, I can't think of anything really. Ooh, hang on. Quick look at my notes, which I almost dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, really not. Mouth corner market with mutton chops. I mean, Picard's a bit slow in going to warp 9, but
Yeah, interesting. We'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah, exactly. But nothing actually even plasma vent worthy.
All right, hit it then.
Yes. Oh.
So the Enterprise is doing some boring stuff when it gets suddenly what was it? Oh, I can't even remember. Anyway, suddenly they're under fire by Cardassians.
Well, no. They are planning to meet up with a Cardassian ship, the reason for which is never divulged.
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely right. They're mapping they're on a mapping survey near Cardassian space, and
it has been nearly a year since a peace treaty ended the long conflict between the Federation and Cardassia.
Yeah, so why exactly they're there, not completely clear, or why it's necessary to contact the Cardassians.
While this is going on, there's a little... so Crimson called it the B-plot, which is, technically true, but it's like literally only 2 scenes of O'Brien and Keiko having dinner.
Yes, that's the part with Keiko involved.
Shall we get that out of the way first? And we've had that. It's in the pre-credits thing, and there's only one other scene further on in the...
I understand what you mean. There's 2 scenes with Keiko and Miles, but I think she's one of the players in the Miles arc.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to see this in the context of Miles' arc. He talks to different people.
Sure, yeah.
But it's one complete arc for him. Because as we'll see in the dinner scene or breakfast that he has with Keiko, I think they're newlyweds at this point, and he's not quite used to Japanese cooking.
He's kind of poking at a few things. He's
Kelp
wondering
buds,
what
plankton
on earth
loaf,
it
and sea berries.
is. And he's kind of poking at it with a insanely stupid fork. I know. They both have this very thick
IKEA fork.
They look like they're ceramic forks or something, and they're super blunt. So,
oh shit! Is this a Japanese fork? Maybe.
I don't know. Why? Japanese are not particularly forkish.
The fork was invented in that sort of part of the world, then later introduced. Yeah, the multi-tined eating utensil that we use. 2-tined was about the most that the Europeans had.
But yeah, it's very thick. It's like almost impossible to use to stab anything. That's how they went to chopsticks. They wanted to avoid people stabbing each other over dinner with knives. They went like,
some emperors were annoying, and then you got the metal fans, club people. But O'Brien insists,
I'm not a fish.
Which, I think that's been said in a fair few weddings before, marriages before.
Sure, yeah. And he goes like, well, maybe we should have a traditional Irish dinner for you. I'll cook you some Irish food.
Yeah.
Scalloped potatoes and shanks, oxtails and cabbage.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Oh, yeah. Good. I've been thinking about making a good Irish stew again.
Fuck. I'll put it on the list. Irish stew.
It might still be on there from last time. Yes, for years on now, Kaki has kept a little list of stuff. Whenever I go, I should cook something or the other.
Pop it on the list
and
periodically remind him of this. Now, I will say that list got shorter at a faster rate when you were still single.
Very true.
And you didn't have your beloved other half to cook for. So I've got to seek every opportunity I can get. They get interrupted with.
Yep.
Oh no! Pew, pew.
What's wrong?
Yes,
there's a red alert.
Yes, the Cardassians are opening with their traditional friendly fire.
Yeah, we see a shot of the Enterprise from behind, and then there's this seems sort of like a cheap episode because there's a few new actors, but most of it takes place on the Enterprise. There's not a lot of special effects work.
No, there's a few shots. Most of the shooting between the ships is done off screen.
Yeah, with just Worf giving us the running tally of what the damage is, because they're not in terrible danger. They got their shields up fast enough.
Right, and there's a few shots where, just like looking at a map with dots moving around on it.
Yep, sort of grimly. And they open fire on the Cardassian ship. This is the introduction of the Galore class cruiser, and I love the design of Cardassian ships.
Yeah, well, they always have a wonder. Okay, which end's the front? Does the pointy bit go forward or pointy bit go backward? What's the?
Yeah, it's got a sort of, it's like an ankh, You know, the Egyptian
I see what you mean.
sort of symbol. It's front heavy. It moves like a fish. It's got this cleft tail.
At this point, I didn't remember enough of the episode how it started, especially about how it started. Like, what it was like, is this like normal Cardassian behavior? Like, you know, like I said, you start with a bit of friendly fire to like acknowledge the other person's there. Well, that's more Klingon behavior, isn't it?
Well,
like we start with a shot across the bow. If we really like you, we graze you.
This is like Australians greeting you with, "Hey, you fucking dildo," and moving up from there. I believe it's also called the Vulcan hello.
Oh yeah,
as we learn in Discovery, that the Vulcans realize that's what Klingons respond to,
right,
and from that point on. But this ship is not really a match for a Galaxy class starship.
Not really, no.
And the Bee Gees or Queen appear on screen. The sort of trio of people arranged in a neat triangle, two of them facing outward, one of them facing forward, and they go, "Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, Figaro."
Magnifico.
With their terrible headgear that looks bad and is bad, it serves no useful purpose.
Like I said, maybe that, like, okay, I'm just going to go throw the shields up here because
you do that.
I mean, who knows? Maybe that band which is running across the nose and just in front of our eye, maybe that's got tactical display information on it, you know. So you turn your head and it like stays in place. Maybe it projects us directly into your eyes. Like, you know, we have to be like tolerant of other people's fashion choices and tactical gear.
Yes,
but I agree. Yeah. It looks like a dysfunctional bicycle helmet. I agree.
But it's actually, you know what? Yes, you're right, of course, because as wild a choice as this is, it is very rare that we get to see aliens who have, like, weird deals that don't immediately make sense to us and must make sense to them culturally, technologically, biologically, in ways that we don't yet understand. And so, yeah, it is a shame that they didn't, like, that they backed down from this choice.
Oh, yes.
Instead of, like, eventually,
I mean,
making it make sense.
We'll just put it in a long tradition of weird sci-fi helmets, like
God, yeah.
Famously from Farscape, Crichton's football helmets that he wears his spaces.
Yeah, and it's in the opening credits.
The entire run of the series. So yes, the Galmaset informs Picard
to the
that
Federation starship which destroyed our space station in the Quayar system 2 days ago.
And Picard is surprised.
Federation starship?
Oh no. And he immediately tries to talk Galmaset down.
Yeah.
This is an escalation that will break down peace treaty that costs a lot of effort.
Oh, yeah.
So he asks,
give me 1 hour.
In order to talk to his superiors to find something, because
the alternative is for us to continue firing into one another.
Yeah, that's going to end badly for you, and I don't want to do that, so.
Yep.
After the credits, Picard has gotten Admiral such-and-so on the phone.
Yes, who informs him...
It was the starship Phoenix, under the command of Benjamin Maxwell.
Whom Picard knows or recognizes. Oh, yeah.
But he's one of Starfleet's finest captains.
Right, yes.
Yeah, because I guess there's a rating somewhere, like they're all on what's it called? What's the one with the star ratings for the places?
Oh.
Yelp. That's the one. They're all on Space Yelp.
Right, yes.
Great timely reference.
I was going to say TripAdvisor, but...
That's the one. Captain Advisor, I don't know.
Ooh, no. Well, maybe it's like some kind of... only ranks?
Thought or not? Is that one?
But yes, the Admiral's orders are quite simple.
Yeah.
Must preserve the peace, no matter what the cost.
Which is... Yeah, Admiral Hayden. We see it at the end because he says Hayden out.
Yeah.
So, yes, Picard is like, yeah, this is already laying the groundwork, of course. There's a lot of foreshadowing just in that one order.
A lot goes unsaid.
Oh, yeah.
Right, because they can't get in touch. The Admirals, he can't get in touch with him because...
He's gone on silent running. Yep. Doesn't answer our communiques.
And so the implicit order is the peace is more important than anyone's lives.
Yeah. I mean, yes. No, I wouldn't even call that an implicit order. If you say, like, preserve the peace no matter what the cost, that's clearly an order. Yep. You will shoot that ship out of the sky if you need to.
Yep.
That's...
And he makes it very clear why.
Jean-Luc, I don't have to tell you. The Federation is not prepared for a new sustained conflict.
And those are the stakes.
Yeah.
That's what Picard is doing. There are two character arcs in this story. It's Picard, who on a rewatch, I think is even more interesting to watch than Miles, and there's Miles.
Yeah. I mean, Miles gets to shine in this episode, but yes, Picard
he gets some growth.
Picard definitely is, has to make a few hard choices as a captain, and you can see it, that he's very much aware of that, and that it has a certain lasting effect on him.
So, some Cardassians are going to come aboard, and he informs his senior staff, not at a briefing, but just in a corner of the bridge, whoever happens to be around.
Just have a little stand up there.
A little water cooler chat. And Worf says,
Captain, it is necessary to assign them a security detail.
No, Worf, that's stupid. We're not doing that. So many times, Worf gets the lines to say something completely reasonable or sometimes unreasonable just so that Picard can shoot him down.
Fair.
Like, telling Worf no is 90% of his scenes.
No, you got a good point. But yes, at this point, I'm just like, or you could just like, tell the door that give them like security clearance. They're allowed to go through the civilian areas, but not the research labs or the weapon stations or the engineering. It's like, surely there's some sort of door policy
on board. Yeah. There's got to be, okay, no. InfoSec on Starfleet is flexible.
It does what it needs to do.
But Riker is on Worf's side, and
At least allow me to post guards in some of the sensitive areas of the ship.
Why aren't they there already? Why aren't there people like trained to know who's allowed to be? Okay, well, whatever.
I mean, we know on the Cerritos that like if you just tighten the security a little bit, then like even a new person who's supposed to be allowed to everything on board is constantly blocked left and right. Yeah.
And
Council
Picard
to stay as close to the crew
agrees,
as possible.
but
Some of them may feel uncomfortable with Cardassians on board. I don't want any incidents.
yeah, because some people might be uncomfortable. And in order to sort of check that, he asks Data, is there anyone on board who has experience with Captain Maxwell? And then Data says,
Accessing.
now what do you think is happening here? Is he accessing an internal database, or is he Wi-Fiing to the computer while he's glancing down and to the left?
Yeah, he does his little eye jitter thing, which he tends to do when he's... I think it's internal, because we don't have any indication that Data has direct computer access other than when he's plugged in through the data port in his head.
Yeah, right?
So he must be doing this from memory. I mean, it's his typical thing when he's asked a question, when he's like, which he has to think about.
Or maybe he sort of really wasn't listening.
Oh.
And he just tuned in.
And he just has
has to replay the conversation in his head.
Yeah.
But he calls that
Accessing.
okay.
I feel strange, but also good.
Okay, well, I'm sure you do. I don't know why that came up, but I think we should do this from now on.
Yes. Whenever Data's going accessing, he wasn't listening.
But also you and me. Like the next time that you ask me a question while I was looking up some Jeeves and I don't quite remember what you said, I'll be going,
Accessing.
Chief, this goes for you as well. You're totally welcome to use this. Everyone enjoy.
We need to throw that one on the soundboard.
I keep saying that and not doing it. Chief, can you please try and furnish, and the people listening as well, try and remind us of sound effects that we need to do. Oh, God, that's going to be a disaster. Anyway, the Cardassians show up and
they beam aboard.
Yeah. And those uniforms are peculiar and they're wearing the bad headgear.
They're kind of like armor uniforms. I mean, they look like they're meant to be armor. They've got like big plates at front, very rigid construction.
They sort of look cushioned.
Maybe there's a good reason to cushion armor. Like it's more comfortable to wear, absorbs impact better, all sorts of things like that.
Traditionally, you'd cushion the inside, though.
Yeah, well.
It sort of looks like...
maybe it's kind of like an oblek-like material.
Ooh, that's one of those non-Newtonian
that's one.
Materials. Oh, that's fun. It sort of looks like the interior of a very futuristic car from the late 1980s.
Yes.
Right? Still 70s brown, but in a futuristic
kind of way.
Yeah.
Introductions are made. O'Brien gives them a bit of a dubious look, which gets him a cautionary look more a concerned look from Troy. When she walks, when she wanders out, she looks at like O'Brien and with like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that one.
But she doesn't. She plays no role in this.
No, but it's like it's clearly set up as well. I mean, it might not just be a setup. Right. It might just be I think it's actually more of a clue towards the audience that, O'Brien has lingering emotions about the Cardassians.
Yep.
I'm not going to say resentment because there's no real. I mean, he literally says later, he words it quite well, but we'll get to that when we get to the scene in 10 Forward.
Galmaset and his 2 aides are now at a briefing in the briefing room where Picard informs them that, okay, you will have all the access that I do. You'll receive the briefings as I receive them. Yep. You have access to the bridge, so you can just see everything that's happening. Yep. And I guess, actually, that explains why they have the full run of the ship.
Sure.
So that they like full transparency, you can see that there's no secret shenanigans.
Right.
We're not communicating behind his back. You can be in any room that I'm in and listen to what's happening.
Right, yes. We're not going to do things, like you said, behind your back and be sneaky about it. So, Riker helpfully pipes up.
The last known coordinates were a reasonably good place to start.
Yeah, because there's already a little bit of friction there, or rather very, very reasonable critique from the Cardassian captain. The rank here is Gull.
That's a rank thing. Okay, yeah.
Yes. You've got gulls, you've got glins, I think there are, and like legates. You've got various ranks.
Right, that explains why I was wondering about that when we had when the 2 aides were introduced. They were also introduced with something. Let me see.
I mean, we've got the Jeeves here. Let's find it.
My aides, Glendaro, Glentella.
Right. Yes.
No relation, they say.
Well, that's what I was wondering about for a moment. I didn't realize they were talking about ranks. But yes.
So, like, from Masset's point of view, like, he's here assessing both the competency and the sort of disposition of this Starfleet crew that he does not currently have a reason to trust.
No, or at least he doesn't. So there's a little bit of O'Brien talking about what happened on Setlik 5 or whatever it was.
Setlik 3.
Setlik 3, that's the one. I'm kind of surprised I got Setlik right, actually.
I'm very impressed as well. See, this is the reference that Garak made, if you recall, when he was hunting...
he was also there, right.
O'Brien, much later, talking about the massacre at Setlik 3, which we now discover what it was.
A squad of Cardassian militia made a sneak raid on an outpost. Wiped out close to 100 civilians.
And the fact that that's an experience that Maxwell had makes Galmaset realize, so it's revenge.
Retribution for his own loss.
Captain Maxwell would never...
And very quickly Picard steps in.
Gentlemen, please, let's not indulge in speculation.
Because he's all about, like, de-escalation.
Yeah. Fortunately, Worf to the rescue.
Long-range sensors have located the Phoenix.
That was fortunate.
Yeah.
And I'm just noticing the exquisite ass on one of these glins as they're walking to the... Yeah, that's a very fine pleather behind.
Yeah, both of them get onto the turbo lift with Brian now.
Yep. And it's an awkward turbo lift scene. They're sort of glancing at each other. I'm going to favorite a few of these as well because they're terrible.
Because the boys are heading to 10 Forward and they invite O'Brien along. They might have like orders to talk, see what we can investigate, find out what's going on. They might just figure out that since he served with the captain before, he might be an interesting person to investigate on anyway. Or they might just be, let's see if we can get the chief engineer drunk and let him... Actually, he's not chief engineer here. He's just transporter chief at this point.
Chief. He just stands in a broom closet all day. But still, like, he has...
Maybe we can get the transporter frequency codes out of him so we can, beam a bomb aboard.
I mean, even if they're not, like, nefarious or spies or whatever, why wouldn't you try? Like, it's to your advantage. Right. There's nothing wrong with being a little curious, and if somebody else happens to slip up in their security,
then... exactly.
Yeah.
He shoots it down pretty quick, though, because he tells them that he will do everything that he is ordered to.
But who I choose to spend my free time with, that's my business.
And he stalks off, leaving the two rather... They exchange a look, and they go like, well, that went well.
So I don't know which of these glins is which, but...
I don't think they're actually ever identified individually.
Yeah, exactly. So... They sort of remind me of the Milk Carton Kids, which is a band who are identified as the thin one and the squat one.
Right. I mean, they're the short one is indeed almost half a head shorter than the thin one, yes.
So the thin one is quite sympathetic, and the squat one is sort of shifty-eyed.
Right.
And it's the squat one who winds up in a bit of trouble later on.
Right. Let's talk about that when we get there.
Yes.
Because I have theories on that.
Because first, they're on the bridge in pursuit of the Phoenix.
Charging him down, and Massette tells him, like, well...
And the ship's coded transponder frequency, we would be able to intercept Maxwell far more quickly than you.
Yeah. Which, completely valid. This is our territory.
Right.
You're cooperating with us. This is the solution I want. Because...
You have a dangerous man out there with a huge arsenal at his command.
And this is something that Picard tries to de-escalate as well. Like, he's looking for a solution where nobody gets hurt. Because...
If I can reach him first, then perhaps diplomacy can prevail. But if one of your ships should decide to retaliate... There is a danger we could lose control of the situation.
Yeah. So, Warp 6? Why not Warp 9?
I think maybe he doesn't want to. I don't know whether this is during the arc where high-speed warp travel was restricted for environmental reasons.
That's only in a particular sector.
No, it was discovered that all warp travel is harmful.
Right.
And high warp is especially harmful, and it accumulates over time. And so the Federation decides to restrict that, and then that was sort of abandoned. Yeah. I think Voyager had, oh no, we've got new warp drives now, and we gave that technology to everyone, so now it's no longer... Actually, Chief, is this during that run?
No, that comes later in Season 7, Episode 9, Force of Nature.
Accessing.
Yes.
No, that doesn't work in that circumstance. I think he's giving Maxwell a chance to... he's buying time for Maxwell as well.
Sure.
Right? We don't learn about Picard's motivation, but I think that he's actually playing a pretty complicated game that's way more nuanced than what he's communicating to Massette. So the choice for Warp 6, which you rightly point out, he's trying to get away with giving Maxwell more time to do the right thing.
To show that he's not just going to go ahead on a Cardassian killing spree.
Yeah.
It's a very dangerous game.
It is.
But, yeah.
And it's just barely justified with the information that they currently have.
So, O'Brien has cooked for Keiko, who is rather skeptical about the potato casserole.
Yeah. She's sort of, And she asks, what are those things? And they're capers. Apparently you put capers in potato casserole.
Okay, and I never made a potato casserole, I think. It's, yeah.
We're not big casserole people over here.
Yeah, I'll do like a good, a shepherd's pie. I guess that's a casserole type thing, isn't it?
Oh, our friend was introduced by his then boyfriend from Northern Ireland to the shepherd's pie. Or shepherd's pud, I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, it's a savory dish.
Yeah.
To which he responded by dousing it with powdered sugar.
Okay.
And enjoying it that way. It didn't have the meat in it. What was it? Then it's shepherd's pud.
Oh, I'd have never heard of that one. So as far as I know, it's called a shepherd's pie if it's with lamb, and it's called a cottage pie if it's with beef.
Ah, okay.
And if you put it like powdered sugar on it, like now we're pulling it into Monte Cristo territory.
That does sound fantastic.
I'm not entirely sure. Well, then again, I wasn't for a certain amount of Monte Cristo either, but, until I had one. And it's like, yeah, okay, this strangely works.
Yeah.
But
a deep-fried turkey and ham and cheese sandwich that's slathered in powdered sugar and battered and fried and
Yes.
Taco Town!
I was going to say, served in a commemorative taco bed filled with vegetarian salsa.
That's the one! And she noticed him humming a song that he hasn't thought about in years. And he sings a few bars of it.
In the ranks of death you will find him. His father's sword he hath girded on, and his wild harp slung behind him.
And it was a favourite Captain Maxwell's. And it occurs to O'Brien...
Sitting with the staff this morning, I could tell there were people in that room who still don't like the Cardassians.
Implying that he does, or he doesn't share those feelings?
He thinks he's past it.
Yes, he thinks he's past it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he asked that, like...
Why should anyone still feel however they feel?
Now that the fighting's over...
Yeah.
And he claims to feel fine, like now the war is over. He's facial expression belies that to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed that Keiko has not tasted the potatoes nor given her opinion other than asking what those green things are.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately, that's a bit of a missed arc, I fear here.
I mean, turnabout's fair play. Like, he didn't touch the kelp loaf.
Okay, not that we
and
saw.
And the sea
no.
berries.
Yeah.
But also, you don't know how long that's been standing out under hot studio lamps.
Fair point.
Right? It was fresh at some point, and then...
I mean, that's a good thing with casseroles. It's not like they'll cool, but they're not like the whole point of a casserole is flavor mingling. So they don't really go off very quickly.
Yeah, but you do all sorts of things to food to make it look camera appealing.
No, they didn't in this scene.
I don't know. The lid of whatever they've got, it's like a glass cloche.
Right.
Does seem to have been steamed on the
inside.
inside.
Yeah, totally.
So that's probably like aerosolized glycol or asbestos or whatever.
Fair point.
So you might not want to touch it. And Keiko doesn't respond.
No.
But she clearly sees that Brian-O is not like as fine as he claims to be.
I mean, the war's over now.
But she doesn't push him because that's not what he needs right now. That's not where they are in this conversation. He's entitled to process his feelings in his own tempo.
Cut to a scene. People on the bridge watching on the main viewer how the USS Phoenix is chasing a Cardassian ship.
How would you know that?
Yeah, we were able to make that determination that it's a supply ship. And
you can read our transponder codes.
No, don't worry about it. Anyway, the important thing is accessing.
Yeah, no response to hails, even though he's been told to go break off your pursuit.
And Galma said, you can see we're doing everything.
Yes, and accomplishing nothing, I'm sorry to say.
Yes. Show me the location of the ships and oh, look at that. There's like a warship right on top of them.
Yeah. And Picard now really has no excuse. He has to give this situation the cooperation that he's committed to.
Yes, there is a bit of a strange thing that I have there. I mean, let's call this a little plasma fent.
All right.
Because the Picard tells Worf to relay the prefix code of the Phoenix to the Cardassian warship. To which Worf goes,
Sir, they will be able to dismantle its shields. The Phoenix will not have a chance.
Okay, that seems weird. If you just give them the transponder frequencies, it doesn't mean that they. I mean, why would your transponder allow you to suddenly remotely? It's kind of like with that game they play when they have the tactical war game thing with the finger blasting caps. Suddenly that worked because Worf still had the access codes for the Enterprise,
right?
Because they neglected to cycle them after he'd left the ship.
Yeah,
but that's different from just handing them a transponder frequency.
Well, this is something from Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, where we learn that Starfleet ships have a prefix code that allows remote overriding, known only to captains.
Okay, so this
whole accessible in the database.
This whole infosec thing that Starfleet has
because
going.
Any Starfleet ship can look up the codes and use them on another ship to disable them.
Okay.
Why this exists, I do not know. It's a huge gap. Apparently, it's never been a problem for them, and it almost never comes up.
No,
even when you'd think
when the plot only when the plot really needs it. So a little bit of shooty, and despite having access, the Phoenix is quite successsul in taking out the Cardassian ship.
Yeah, there's a cool little graphic. It sort of looks like a Venn diagram. There's we're watching the enhanced edition, of course.
It's the ships with basically as they're moving through the starfield. And the diagram thing is their weapon ranges.
Conveniently 2D. And the warship blips out of existence, and then the supply ship blips out of existence as well. And you can see Massette is kind of shocked.
Yes. It's oh shit. It's that wasn't supposed to be that easy.
Yeah.
But is it a setup?
Oh, that's not my read.
Is it a setup?
Oh, okay. All right, I'm choosing an optimistic reading of Massette and a more sly reading of Picard, which is the one that's interesting to me. What's your reading on?
No. I think Massette is genuine here, but
because it's a massive loss of life,
right? So it's claimed. We don't know if that's true.
2 ships were destroyed. They had people.
There's definitely some loss of life, absolutely, but we don't know. He says there's 600 people at warship. May be true, may not be.
Even if it's 18, that's still an enormous, like, you can be affected by that.
Of course.
Right, those are your people. He might have known people on board.
True. Oh, no, I'm not saying it's not. It just might just be. Well, I mean, we as we later learn, especially in DS9, Cardassians tend to have little schemes and plans going on. The
ones that we meet there, certainly, the colonial occupying force, but... Oh, come on. Like, a person is not their racial sort of stereotype.
True. Well, Star Trek.
On Star Trek, no, you do have a point there. Anyway.
Instant increase to warp 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to warp 9.
Get flying.
By the way, did you notice the navigation officer sitting there who sort of... I mean, I first had it written down. He looks like cute baby Gollum.
Ensign something or the other.
That is Guy Vardaman. Someone who's appeared a whole lot in Star Trek.
Okay.
He's Brent Spiner's sort of stand-in and double.
Oh, I can see why. Yeah.
So in a lot of scenes where, you'll often see him in the background with his hand behind his back because his hands have been painted like Data's hands because he does the hand close-ups while Brent Spiner's having a snack.
Nice.
And he's also got like nearly identical hair, so they can just pop a different shirt on and film him from behind.
Right,
so,
yeah, I can see that, yeah. Huh.
And this guy is such a legend in Star Trek circles, despite like never speaking. Do you remember Guy Fleegman from Galaxy Quest?
Yes.
That's an homage to Guy Vardaman. This is the dude. And that's based on.
Yes, what's it called? Like, Ensign Chung dies before the first commercial break.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm the comic relief. Oh, I'm the comic relief. Okay, fine.
So, yes, Phoenix blasts the warship and the supply ship out of the sky.
And we're off to Warp 9.
And, yes, Marset just pointedly walks off.
And Picard now takes the time to go down to the chief station.
Yep.
But he doesn't call the chief, O'Brien. Sorry, chief. Doesn't call O'Brien to his ready room. He goes to see O'Brien in his place of work.
Well, he literally said that earlier, actually, that like inform the chief that I will be calling on him, rather than tell him to come up to my ready room.
Which, yeah. But it shows respect, I think, because this is a friendly chat where he really wants to pick O'Brien's brain.
Yeah.
From your knowledge of the man, what has gone wrong?
And yes, well, Brian's like, there must be a reason for it.
Yeah, he thinks that he's reasonable.
Family was killed.
But when Picard asks,
take it?
And O'Brien says,
I'd say he took it well.
Wow. Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah.
I know he was broken up on the inside, but he never missed a minute of duty. He always had a smile and joke. Yeah, totally not coping behavior or anything like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Which is also what he's been doing. He's gotten through it. He's put it behind him. And, it's actually reminding me of that episode about Deanna, where she's counseling this woman who's, like, in denial over the grief of her husband.
Well, it kind of shows a little bit, because he says...
He would never retaliate out of vengeance, no matter what that Cardassian says.
Yeah, because...
They're up to something, sir.
Yeah, he's like, they're up to something. He still doesn't, he doesn't trust them. And like...
But they can both be true.
Of course.
Yeah,
yes.
And that's the thing that he's discovering about himself as well. That's why he's able to reach Maxwell later on, because he realizes he still has hatred in his heart. He didn't.
No. He's hiding it, but he won't even admit it to himself. But yes, he's clearly not cool with the Cardassians.
Yeah. I mean, you can process a trauma and still have strong feelings at the end of it, and you just have to learn to live with that somehow.
Yes, the Picard gives a little speech about that, like how anger tends to settle and become comfortable.
Yeah. He asks...
You don't care for the Cardassians?
And O'Brien says, I like them fine, but...
You learn to watch your back when you're around those people.
Yeah, totally not prejudiced or anything.
Not racist at all, but also a lesson that Nog learns from Garak.
Sure, yeah.
Which he winds up... Garak does wind up proving.
Cut to 10 forward, where, despite having told them that he would not want to spend some time with them, leisure time with them, O'Brien actually initiates the contact, and he asks the Cardassian if he may join him.
Yes. Now, let me see if I've got the link here. Allow me to play this scene for you. That is the
on-set
actual
audio.
On-set audio. Do you want to hear it again? Here it comes.
I've been to parties like that.
Kanar?
This is from what is known as the Peter cut. There was a VHS tape of an early cut of this episode. It was about 3 minutes longer. For Peter, someone that got digitized and that's on the Internet Archive. Yeah, it doesn't have any special effects yet. You still see all the blue outside 10 forward.
Oh,
and yeah,
right, yes.
It has the on-set audio of these squeaky pleather uniforms.
Wow.
My God, it sounds like a stripper at the start of their set. But yes, so he slides over, as I would too if someone was wearing that much latex and really rocking it. And the Cardassian buys him an ale.
There's no, I mean, he offers, it's still a thing, I guess. It's like you're around. I mean, there's no money on the Enterprise.
Yeah. And he could never develop a taste for Kanar, as they call it here. Kanar is what it's called later.
Which we don't know what it is, do we? What is it? It's just.
I mean, it's usually more goopy.
Okay.
Than this.
I mean, I've not had a lot of goopy alcoholic drinks, have I? I mean, Jello shots.
I was going to say that's the closest I think. I mean,
if
they've been standing a couple of hours and the gelatin sort of denaturates.
Yeah, I don't actually make them with gelatin. I tend to use agar-agar.
Okay.
It works better with the alcohol because like alcohol doesn't do good on gelatin, but agar-agar works a lot better.
Huh. And it's fun to say.
Right, and it's vegetarian. So.
Oh yes.
I guess agar
algae, isn't it?
Yeah, it's made from seaweed. So I guess it just means something. Agar probably just means seaweed, and as per Indonesian, if you say a word twice, that's the plural. So yeah.
And O'Brien apologizes.
Shouldn't have popped off like that in the turbo lift.
I've been to parties like that as well. But and this is the thin one who says that he understands this as well.
I know I'll be happy when I'm back on my own ship.
Yeah.
Which hadn't occurred to O'Brien. And these guys can really connect over this.
And he sits there like, as our chief mentioned it in our intro, he's basically trauma dumping on this poor Cardassian.
Yeah, because
I was on Setlik 3 with Captain Maxwell the morning after the massacre.
Yeah, and the only people left alive were in an outlying district of the settlement.
And this Glynn says it was a terrible mistake. Yeah. And that...
We were told the outpost was a launching place for a massive attack against us.
As in, implying that he was there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe it was just like how it was brought in the media.
We were told, right? I mean, and knowing that it wasn't true.
Could be the media, it's like, the CNN, Cardassian News
but then
Network.
How would he have found out that it wasn't? Right? Because it's a very propaganda-rich state.
Oh, absolutely.
My reading is that he was there.
Yeah, I agree.
And that he feels sort of guilt about this. Like that they can sort of share this, even though they were on opposite sides. And the thin one was responsible for atrocities that he fully acknowledges.
The phaser was set at maximum. The man just incinerated there before my eyes. I'd never killed anything before.
And this is the first time he killed someone or something, as he says.
When I was a kid, I'd worry about swatting a mosquito.
And he stands up and he walks away and he admits that to himself that he is not fine with this.
No.
But he says...
It's not you I hate, Cardassian. I hate what I became. Because of you.
He doesn't hate Cardassians, he resents them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's something you can feel.
Right, yeah, totally.
And he knows that this person doesn't deserve it personally, but also don't want to be here and I don't have the means to move on from it with him.
And props for articulating it and, trying to explain it even.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is a me thing. I'm not over this. And I guess that's first step. And also, just to tell the person involved that in as nice a way as possible, really.
It is respectful.
Right, yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yeah, he, like the Glynn asked for his company, but like what he said before, I decide who I spend my free time with.
Right.
And that's still true.
Yep.
Right, and I tried it, and I actually can't, and I've shown the respect that I can.
Cut to the bridge. The other Glyn is being hauled onto the bridge by Worf.
He was found at a computer station on Deck 35.
Where was he?
Attempting to access information on our weapon systems.
No, it was a lie. I was just studying the terminal interface structure. It's so much more advanced than ours.
So, okay, if we were doing a more cynical reading of Gul Macet, right, then there's a vibe here that he's ordered this Glyn to spy.
I said we would talk about this when we got to the point.
Right?
I am totally in on that camp. Because it's the knowing...
Because that's how the Glyn is looking at him.
Exactly. It's the knowing glances that get thrown back and forth. The Glyn knows that he's being thrown under the bus here.
Yeah.
But Gul Macet, I meant nothing.
He means it was on your order.
Right, exactly. But, okay, and my reason for this, for believing that, is I think Macet is setting up, not really setting up Picard, but creating an atmosphere of expectation. It's like, I am willing to deal with my people harshly to get to make things right, and setting an expectation towards Picard. I expect the same of you.
I love that. Because on the one hand, it's kind of sinister.
It is.
A little bit, but it's politically completely valid.
Right, yeah.
And it's, oh, wow, that's actually, he has every reason to expect that his aide will be executed for this.
Could have been, yes. Yeah.
Right, because he doesn't expect the kind of mercy that he winds up receiving.
Right, well, he
speak in private.
Yeah.
Asked to go talk to the captain. They wander into the ready room, and he apologizes for what the aide has done. Again, setting up a little thing is like, okay, he's done something that's he's not supposed to have done, as has your captain, is the implied message here.
Yeah. He's setting up equivalence.
Picard is very gracious.
But I consider the matter closed.
And Macet is like, well, I'm not sure I would have been like that. But yes, I think that's what this scene is. It's a setup for, it's Macet trying to, create a particular kind of atmosphere and showing his expectations by...
I think you're absolutely right. Especially because I think Macet fully expected his Glyn to be executed. Like when he offered, I'll do the disciplining, he expected Picard to know, no, he will stand trial here and we'll jettison him. And he would have fought in tooth and nail, and he would have lost, and he would have accepted that.
I was trying to remember if Cardassians have a history of doing that, but that's more like Klingons who immediately shoot staff if they act dishonorably.
Yeah. It's a which problems do you want to have?
Sorry.
Well, this treatment is making Macet sort of rethink his strategy. Like he needs to, he does his own little bit of accessing. And this is the moment that he decides to trust Picard.
There are those who need it, crave war. I am not one of them, Captain. And I'm beginning to see that neither are you.
Mm-hmm.
So now his treatment of Picard changes.
Yes, I think I agree with that reading. Yeah,
fascinating.
Because he actually he says it.
The lasting peace begins here with the two of us.
So, he's kind of ready to start moving from believing that it is a ploy of Federation to actually believing the reading that this captain is a rogue and that the Federation is actually doing whatever they can and need to do to resolve this.
So, do you think that Gul Macet knows that Maxwell is right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Because they're sneaky. He knows. Well, he might not know now.
Right, exactly.
But he will as soon as he sees the transponder code of that ship. He's like, oops, that's one of the...
I mean, it might be a secret operation that he hasn't been briefed about. Although he was sent here as an envoy, well, one doesn't know. I'm not completely sure.
Yeah. I mean, also the Cardassians haven't been very well, and they have not at all been developed at this point here. So
right, yeah, you don't know them culturally.
Yeah, exactly. Basically anything goes at this point. We don't know about that. But with the information we have in hindsight, which we gleaned in over DS9.
It's really difficult to separate from that, isn't it?
It is, yes. But the Phoenix is caught.
Yeah, the Nebula class. It's a snug little version of the sort of Galaxy class type of...
It's got a little spoiler at the back.
Yeah. It's a unique configuration, sort of reminiscent of the Miranda class that Khan commandeered with the Reliant.
Yeah.
It's got the underslung nacelles hugged close to the body.
Kind of like the Cerritos.
A little bit like the Cerritos, yeah.
Like without the spoilers.
Yep.
Although the Cerritos has the spurs contacting the nacelles more towards the front of the nacelles.
Yeah, it's a weird design because the secondary hull is you have to cross through the nacelles in order to get there.
Yeah.
You beam from place to place. No, just attach the nacelles. It's much cooler. Onboard beams Maxwell.
Yep.
Immediately charming.
Yes. Welcome aboard.
And says, "Oh, I know all about you.
We all owe you on that. Fine work you did with the Borg.
And then he spots Orion.
Oh my God. And they're so friendly.
Good to see you again. How are you?
And he's immediately complimentary.
O'Brien has the ability to size up a situation instantly and come up with options to fit all contingencies. Remarkable.
Which he claims, oh, no, I learned that from you. And
But you got that silver tongue by kissing the stone, right?
Right. Which is, I Googled this. This is
yes.
the Blarney Stone, which
Correct.
is in Cork, Ireland. And apparently the legend has it that if you kiss the stone, it gives you the gift of the gab.
Backwards. You have to bend backwards to kiss it.
Oh, okay. That part I didn't.
So it's only for athletic young people and, I guess people like us who have friends that'll help them make the necessary move.
Right. Yes. I mean, so you kind of have to do like a reverse you have to kind of like do a crab walk.
Yeah, you got to do a sort of reverse.
Do a crab walk and then tilt your head back and so that I can't talk into the microphone while I'm doing this.
That's the one. Yeah. No, I've certainly been to parties where that's been done. They also couldn't talk into the microphone while they were doing it, amazingly.
Well, they had their mouth otherwise occupied, I reckon.
There's business to be done.
Yes.
And Maxwell obviously has to speak to the captain. And when he walks off, I've favorited this sheaf. He gives a little wink to O'Brien.
Yes.
Like, I've got this.
Yeah.
Which,
he gets taken to the captain's ready room.
Yeah, who dismisses Riker.
Yep. So this is a captain's matter.
Picard, I have to tell you, I was grateful when I realized it was you Starfleet had sent after me.
Someone who knows what it's like to be really out there. I mean, had he already gone through the Borgification thing at this point?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's been through some shit.
Yeah.
And in fact, having this respect for Picard at a time where, like, there are still people who resent him for essentially aiding the enemy, right?
Yeah.
Against his will, but nonetheless, you allowed yourself to be captured, you chose not to die, whatever you can resent him for. A lot of people still do. But
yes, his argument boils down to
the Cardassians are arming again.
And Picard constantly challenges him. He's throwing out conspiracy theories, and Picard is like,
from whom?
Yep.
Where is your documentation?
And Maxwell tries to be
if it comes my way.
Tries to be cool about it, but he's lying. Maxwell only has his hunch.
Right, because like this research station is at a perfect jumping off point into 3 federal sectors.
Federation sectors, not federal in that case.
A mirror universe.
And then, and then, why didn't you contact Starfleet?
Wait 6 months while the bureaucrats sit around reading reports, trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, that's their job, bro.
Yeah,
that's how this functions
out here.
Yeah.
And
but you should, Picard.
And then
he says, "The bureaucrat's office smells musty in here."
Yeah.
Oh, that's a sick burn. Oh, yeah.
But Picard throws it back at him. You killed like 700 people, but again he comes to the classic.
I did what had to be done.
And Picard again just like keeps challenging him on everything he says. He does not let him get away with his rhetorical bullshit.
Yep. And Maxwell eventually gives up.
You're a fool, Picard. History will look at you and say, this man was a fool.
After Picard points out you're doing this out of revenge for your family. And he's got nothing except to deny it.
He says, I will be redeemed when the Cardassians figure out what I've done. And Picard correctly points out,
what the Cardassians have or have not done is irrelevant.
Irrelevant?
Yeah.
It is. I mean, technically, yeah. You're here on going rogue on a revenge mission of your own.
Yeah.
And even if you are right, that's not the point.
Because these actions are public now.
Yep.
And we can't double down without causing a war.
Because, you are literally restarting the war here.
If we go your way and we investigate these, then it'll be a retaliation. If we discover that they have weapons, what are they going to do? Back down?
Yeah. Yeah, probably unlikely. I mean,
what are they worried about? Their reputation among the Romulans or whatever?
Yep.
I will permit you the dignity of retaining your command during the voyage.
But you're coming home.
Yeah. Mistake, Picard.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to work. At first, they are flying back to Federation space. Masek is still on the bridge with everybody else.
And then, surprise, surprise.
Captain, the Phoenix has changed course.
Whoops.
Yep, it's heading directly to a Cardassian vessel
0.12
light years from our location.
And continue to hail.
Captain, the Phoenix has accelerated to warp 9.
So we won't be able to catch him up.
Yeah, and only then does he authorize going to warp 9 again. I'm not quite sure why this is so slow.
Yeah.
Like the first time I had some justification for it, this time not so much. Also, by the way, this is such a fucking gripping episode. We're talking about, like, we're delving into, like, the time it takes to order how fast they go, because it's great. Because, okay, at this point, Picard is now in the process of losing hope of a fully peaceful solution. Like, the optimal solution, which was within his grasp, is now lost. He's not going to be able to bring Maxwell in safely.
At least not easily, no.
Yeah. And also Maxwell Crew, who we never see.
No, good point. Yeah, we
Weirdly.
we never see that. Yeah, very true. So somehow the Phoenix has managed to convince the Cardassian ship to drop out of warp or whatever it was doing and, like, lay about. And I mean, I guess he's just, like, threatening them.
Yeah, but it's hard to tell.
Sensors are unable to determine the status of the Cardassian defensive systems. Their ship is running with a high-powered subspace field.
Oh, why would a regular cargo ship be doing that?
Yeah, you see Picard thinking about that.
Yeah. He calls Maxwell, he tells him, like, yep, can't do this, got to come back, and Maxwell is...
Picard, if you don't board that ship, I'll destroy it.
Yep. And fortunately, O'Brien is there to provide the advice that the captain asked for.
Sir, Captain Maxwell, if he feels his back is against the wall, he'll strike.
Yeah. Which, for O'Brien, must be very difficult.
Right.
Because he is now, like, taking a stand against a man that he's a lot of personal experience with and friendship and love for. But he's made this choice.
But he offers to go and talk to Maxwell, putting himself at significant risk.
Yep.
Because he knows that, like, Picard will shoot that ship out of the sky if
that was
need be.
Picard's order.
Yeah.
Bases armed. Loading forward and aft torpedo bays.
But fortunately, there's a technobabble reason why he can transport through the shields.
Yeah. Let me see. There's a high-energy sensor system.
It cycles every 5.5 minutes. Between cycles, there's a window of a 50th of a second.
Pretty sure that transporting takes more than 1/50th of a second based on what we see, but, you know.
That's probably just the flare.
Yeah.
Like, it's more comfortable. I've got a favorite, this sheaf that says,
"Trust me, I can get through."
Which he proves when he then turns around and walks briskly at a door that just barely opens in time before the actor smacks his expensive face into it.
We see Maxwell staring out through his window at the Enterprise as O'Brien comes wandering in.
Maxwell immediately goes for a phaser. How did you get in here?
I kind of walked over.
Yeah.
I had the thought that if we could talk, we could figure a way out of this mess.
Also not stopped by any of the crew or security.
There don't seem to be any.
I know. I don't know. It's weird.
It's so weird. Because even when Maxwell is talking to Picard, right, after he's taken his ship out, what's behind him is this room. He's not on the bridge of his ship.
No, we don't know. I mean, it could be his ready room, but that might have another exit. I don't know. It looks like his office. Yeah.
There's flashing red lights everywhere. So it's a really cool scene.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how they lit that, because, like, we later see them, like, sitting in front of this wall with the light kind of pulsing behind them. But yeah, but yes, we get this. I mean, this is basically the scene of the.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Of the movie, of the episode.
What the hell has happened to this war?
Yeah, because it's still in his mind. And it's Briano who has to tell him that it's over.
Like, I just need to get him to board that ship, and then he'll see that I'm right. And no, that's not going to happen, because that's not what he's here. That's not his mission here. It's like, that's what you want him to do, but that is not what he's here to do. And he will not do that.
Because Maxwell is expressing something to O'Brien that he's probably not expressed to anyone, even to himself. He hasn't heard himself say things
the Cardassians live to make war.
Like that, exactly. And Briano, who, actually, he has a support system.
Right. Good point.
He has family.
Yeah.
He has friends around him, things that as a captain you don't necessarily enjoy.
Yeah. Because he tells them that's what everybody thinks. That's what everybody thinks the enemy is. That's probably what they think about us.
But Briano's had people to talk to that he loves, and those people were taken from Maxwell. Right? His family died at the hand, so he hasn't had the chance. And he says, we're not the same as Cardassians at all.
We do not make surprise attacks on manned outposts.
Which is the inciting incident.
Right, yes, which you kind of did, mate.
Which is left to us at the audience to infer, because Briano doesn't point it out.
Right.
Which I think is, I can't imagine that was an oversight in writing. There's no way.
No, I can't believe that. But yes, we don't make attacks on unarmed outposts, which is like, that's what happened on what the Cardassians did, who believed it was a military outpost, whether or not they actually did or not. They were told that was. And the same is probably true here. He probably didn't pick something at random. He probably picked something that was like, this is in a strategically valuable location. Therefore, it must be a military post rather than a research one, as they claim.
Yep. And he appeals to Briano.
You were with me on Setlik.
You saw it.
Yeah.
But like the thought sort of leaves his head already. Now that he's been able to express all these feelings that he's been denying to himself, he hears how they sound. And he realizes that he's not going to win this.
No, he hasn't voiced it yet at this point, but you can see him his realization starting to come around.
And he's living in that traumatic experience now, something he probably hasn't accessed in a while, because he asks,
what's the name of that fellow who always hung around you like a puppy?
Yeah.
Stompy.
Yeah.
What a weird thing.
And he tries, do you think it's like, and he basically says,
he died at Setlik, didn't he?
Is that his last attempt to get Briano to come to his side? It's like trying to throw back a personal thing that...
It's possible. I actually don't even think so. I think that here he really, really wants to be understood. Like, look at the blocking of this scene. Mm-hmm. Right? They're both standing. He's standing on the right, and in the background you've got Briano facing him, standing in the dark. Briano takes a seat against the console.
Right.
And then Maxwell sits beside him, and the camera turns around the both of them and sort of reverses their position.
Yeah.
So what I think is happening here is he's reaching out to Briano.
Right. Yeah,
okay, you've helped me process this. How are you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Dealing with it.
Yeah.
Just from that visual cue, which I think is beautifully done.
Yeah, I hadn't caught on to that, but I can see that. I agree with your reading.
And so, I think he's already sort of made peace with I'm done for, but I can still talk to my friend who's the only one who can understand. And maybe he's also going through some shit. And I think that's why he asks specifically.
What was that song of his?
The one he always sung, the one I liked, yes.
Which I don't know we can play here without getting interrupted. You know what? I can look it up, because we obviously have to play that music. Do you want to sing along with it?
Are we going to? I think we've sang that song before here on the podcast.
I can try and harmonize.
Oh, that never goes right.
It does. It works fine for me.
Right? No, I wasn't blaming you.
Okay. Here we go.
What was that song of his? One he always sang, one I liked.
The minstrel boy to the war has gone. In the ranks of death you'll find him. His father's sword he hath girded on, and his wild heart slung behind him.
Come on in, Chief.
And of song said the warrior bard, the whole world betrays thee.
At least thy rights shall guard, one faithful heart shall praise thee. I think
gets me every time.
Oh.
And the theme is returned in the background music as well, which is gorgeous.
So, who's the minstrel boy here? O'Brien?
They both are, aren't they?
Yeah, okay.
Like they lost in this battle. Maxwell lost his family, and O'Brien lost his innocence.
Right. Okay.
And like there's nothing. They're not getting them back.
No, true. Okay, I'm looking at it from a more lyrical, trying to analyze the lyrics of the song. So, in ranks of death, you'll find him. I assume that means he has died, or is he fighting on the side of death? Because both you can go for both readings because of he took his father's sword and his harp, and though all the world betrays thee, who's thee in this case? Is that death, or is it?
Yeah, I mean it's the horror of war, right? How does a minstrel stay innocent and artistic in the face, and like the heroism is that he still plays his harp, that he still sings for the glory of
he still fights. One
country.
Sword shall guard their rights.
Yes, okay, so then I stand by it because like for Maxwell, he considers himself the last one who's protecting the Federation against, the evil Cardassians that he alone sees. And he's been betrayed by the rest of the Federation who are, the bureaucrats and all musty. And O'Brien's actually doing the same. He's saving the things that they both love, but from Maxwell.
Yeah. And then after a moment of silence, Maxwell voices his...
I'm not going to win this one, am I, Chief?
Which, like you said, he probably claimed to this conclusion already, but now he actually expresses it.
Yeah. And Brian-O...
Yeah.
No, sir.
And that's it.
Yep. End of the episode, basically. Well, there's a little bit of voiceover from Picard and a little Cardassian scene. Oh, well, it's not that. The Cardassian scene is very important. No, you're right there. Yeah.
Because he's been taken into custody and the crew are proceeding, and the final briefing where Massette and Picard are with Brian-O. And notice, by the way, they're in the observation lounge and you see the warp stars behind them.
Yeah.
They're reflected on the table.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool.
Nice.
And Brian-O, who's just completed his debrief, wants to add something.
I'd just like to say, sir, he was a good man. What he did was terribly wrong, I know that now. But I'm still proud to have served with him.
And Massette respects the loyalty, even though it was misplaced.
Yes.
When the chief leaves the room. And then Picard is savage.
Oh, yes.
He noticed that throughout this, how rarely he actually looks at Massette.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's really keeping it together.
Yeah.
The loyalty that you would so quickly dismiss does not come easily to my people, Colm Meany.
And he talks about like the distinctions that Maxwell earned. His stomach is in a knot over having to punish someone that he respects so much, who's earned that respect. But he talks about Maxwell.
And if he could not find a role for himself in peace, we can pity him. But we shall not dismiss him.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Picard would have let it be here, if Massette had walked out with like allowing the respect for Maxwell to exist.
Well, I mean, Massette is about to walk off, except Picard.
One more thing, Colm said.
Okay, yeah, but he does that in response to Massette saying,
"I, for one, am grateful he is under lock and key,"
which is a fairly normal thing to express for him.
Yes, but it implies that Massette thinks justice is done.
Or at least tries to imply that towards
exactly.
Picard, yes.
And yeah, Picard does the Columbo thing. Just one more thing. Just one more thing.
Is it the Columbo thing or the Steve Jobs thing?
Maxwell was right.
Now he makes eye contact.
Yeah.
And this is it. Because Picard is fully convinced. Even though like the evidence was insufficient to draw that conclusion, the circumstantial evidence and the experience, it is a valid conclusion to draw.
And here we see we get a little insight into Cardassian psychology.
If you believe the transport ship was carrying weapons, Captain, why didn't you board it as Maxwell requested?
Because he would have.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he would have done that if the situation had been reversed.
Yeah. Well, we don't know.
They start with shooting. Like, no, they have a...
But this is Masset.
Right.
Who
started with shooting.
Right, until peace was an option.
Right.
And then he pursued it. I really enjoyed your earlier reading of the incident with the squad one.
Mm-hmm.
That he literally sacrificed his own crew,
right,
in order to resolve this the way it ought to.
Yes.
When he talks about prioritizing the peace over whatever,
mm-hmm.
I think he's genuine about it. Even if he knows about that being a weapon system, he doesn't. I don't think he agrees with it.
He maybe not, but that doesn't change the fact that I think that he would have, if the situation had been reversed, he would have boarded it.
I don't know, because the chain of suspicion there, boarding it, immediately peace is no longer an option.
Fair, yeah.
Right, because you've exposed one of the parties that acting in bad faith.
Yeah.
But until then, if we both pretend, then one of them can still back down and war can be averted.
Good point. But Picard quite goes we're done pretending here. It's like, we know what you did.
Yeah.
He, of course, denies, but...
Take this message to your leaders, Gul Masset. We'll be watching.
Yeah.
And he turns away.
Yes, he just gives him, he quite...
Gives him the back, yeah.
I believe my comment was rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all know it. This is the last time that we'll speak, and you are no longer welcome on my ship.
Yep. And that is the end of the episode.
Whoa. This was so good.
Yes, this is a fantastic episode.
Oh man, it gets me every time, that song. I hope you all had fun singing along at home, by the way, and because I know you did. I don't know if you were in your car, if you were driving, but you had a little frog in your throat like we did as well. So, Kay.
Yes. Oh, sorry. What did I think was
so fucking cool?
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I thought you were going to press the button after you.
You have one job. You're gonna do it.
Okay. Oof. Well, I could start an hefty argument by saying Cardassian helmet technology, but
okay. No, you can different kinds of people can like different kind of helmets and headgear and protective equipment, and
I think I'm just going to have to go with the scriptwriters here, who set up a great. I think it's a great episode to introduce a new species and
immediately
throw a whole bunch of history, political situation,
and personal stakes,
and just basically tension up into the air. It's apparently we need a new enemy, or at least a threat. Because the Romulans, we don't really like using the Romulans too much, apparently.
Yeah.
And the Ferengi didn't pan out to be the new enemy that we kind of wanted them to be in the first season. So we need someone else. We've done the Borg now. We can't keep doing the Borg, so we need more animosity towards at least someone.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't even thought about that. How the Cardassians were sort of conceived, because they might have been a one-off, right? They were brought back later, I think specifically in the context of Ensign Ro. But the Bajorans were then also a new species. I mean, they were called the Bajora or Bajora. The pronunciation hadn't even settled down yet.
Yeah.
And to relate them to the Cardassians was a choice that was made at that time in the sort of lead up to Deep Space Nine, where Ensign Ro was originally intended to be destined for. But they made the mistake of casting someone who was too good and had too promising a career,
and then they went off somewhere else. Yes.
But yeah, it's interesting. Then now I'm thinking about this, that the Cardassians were introduced sort of in the way that the Romulans and Klingons were in the original series, in a sort of Cold War era.
Right. Yeah.
Right, because the Romulans were just completely gone from the Next Generation initially. And the Klingons were sort of reintroduced in a glasnost kind of context, right?
I mean, there's still a little bit of, they're still Klingons, but apparently we're not at war anymore.
And the Cold War is thawing, which I believe, that's either glasnost or perestroika. One of them means thawing.
Yes.
Thanks.
I'm trying to remember.
Accessing.
Yeah.
Oh, for me, it's Colm Meany.
Yes. Well, he does. Props to him, absolutely.
Because it's a very, very understated character arc, which he plays in an understated fashion as well. He doesn't get big dramatic moments to experience the revelations, but the decisions he makes, specifically advising what to do with Maxwell, which I don't know he would have been prepared to do at the beginning. Because he could have just kept his silence.
Yeah, of course.
And putting himself at risk to help Maxwell.
Very much so, yes. He knows he stands a good chance that if Maxwell suddenly orders to start shooting on the Cardassian ship, that he is going to be just as dead as everybody else on that ship.
Yeah.
So, totally.
And also, I think if he'd beamed over, if somehow he'd wind up on the bridge of Maxwell's ship, assuming it has a bridge, we don't know, at the start of the episode, before he'd had the conversation with Keiko and heard himself say it, and before he talked to the skinny Glyn, Maxwell would have convinced him.
Probably.
And he would have joined.
Yeah. So, I agree.
So,
very, very
phenomenal.
Good choice.
Oh, but Picard is also so great.
Picard is always kind of great,
We rarely see this dark side of him. Right, that comes up later in First Contact, like the rage that he's been containing throughout. Because his arc, he's gone from hope. That hope was very quickly dashed. Like he knew that Maxwell was right. It was not a misunderstanding, and then a hope that we can still get out of here without.
Which he managed to pull off, but in the meantime, realizing that he's. Actually, I have it written down like at that, just like I'm here to protect the peace, not find the truth. That's like
yes.
That's Picard's motivation in this towards the end of this episode, which is why he's willing to go with the bullshit, but definitely let Masek know if we're on to you.
Yeah, because they will be he'll be at the court martial.
This will be reported. There will be a.
He'll be in full support of Maxwell, not to dishonor him or dismiss the charges because they're valid. Clear his record, but to encourage cetacean black ops to start monitoring the Cardassians directly because
they are clearly up to no good.
I love the idea of cetacean black ops. It just tickles me every time I think of it.
So we have, of course,
Captain's Log Supplemental,
in which we talk about a scene that was left on the cutting room floor, or at least in our imagination.
And now that court-martial scene is very attractive. As a way to show how Picard really feels, but I think that would detract from the episode, from the subtext.
Yeah.
I think the deleted scene is actually, what was that song? And then it was Never Gonna Give You Up on Rick Astley. And they're sitting there, Never Gonna Give You Up.
The Bardcore version?
The Bardcore version, yeah. And Colm Meany is still doing that Irish choir trill that he man, the tremolo.
Right.
How about you? What song are they singing in your deleted scene? Which is definitely also another sing-along.
If I can include it to make it a musical part at least, but it's a scene where Picard first goes to talk to Briano, when Briano is standing in the transporter room doing his thing. And just before Picard moves in, he's standing there, handing the isolinear chips, and he's kind of blowing on them like it's a SNES cartridge. and it plays the Ocarina of Time song. So.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So,
thank you so much for recommending this, Crimson. We still don't have a sound effect. I'll just go with...
I feel strange, but also good.
No, that's terrible.
I'm coming, Nina.
That's even worse.
Fine. Thank you, Crimson, who has studied the Blade for recommending this, and as a coy wolf of the Blade with an interest and training in various martial arts, historic and current, I'm amazed that you managed to keep your letter of appreciation as brief as we like them. We do sometimes get long ones, and then the chief sometimes asks them to be and Smallland.
So, speaking of the chief,
yes,
he has, as usual, left us a little audio trail of audio breadcrumbs, which should lead us to...
Next time on an all-new episode of Star Trek.
Accessing.
Actually, next week is another story reading, but after that there will be a regular episode.
Where we have another recommendation from a beloved listener, sometimes a lemon-stealing whore, who supports us on Patreon, which you can find at...
joyoftrek.com/links.
You can find links to our social, which is pretty much blue sky nowadays, and is actually crewed by our chief. So there's stuff to see. There's fun chiefs. You can join our Patreon, where we have a fun monthly episode where we apparently do sing-alongs together in the future or the present, where the chief manages to pierce the veil of the temporal vortex and actually join us, and they're always tremendous fun. And you can send in your recommendations if there's an episode that you think that you appreciate more than everyone else, because these personal perspectives and they're so intriguing to revisit these 34-year-old stories that I remember being brand new. All right, let's see what the clues are for the episode we'll be talking about next time.
I'm stimulating him.
Okay, off to a great start.
Heard those words before.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I don't usually go around beating up beautiful women.
Okay.
It's not
another Dirk Benedict? No, what's it called again? Picard.
Dirk Benedict?
No, Picard's alter ego, his 30s gangster.
Dixon Hill.
Dixon Hill, that's the one. Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, sorry, this galaxy's already occupied.
Actually,
what the f*** is this?
Actually, it can't be because I don't think we do 2 TNG episodes in back to back.
Okay, but I heard you say that before.
Oh yes, that's right.
You metagamed it and then you told it to me, but you didn't do it out of the side of your mouth, which is the only way we could talk without the chief hearing it.
Yeah, all right. So this galaxy's...
You're going to need something to wash that down. Have you ever tried any Saurian brandy?
Okay, so that's Scotty.
So that's okay. Original series then?
I mean, yeah, the other one was Tapestry, but we've already done that.
Yes.
We do not colonize, we conquer. We rule. There's no other way for us.
Okay, that's Klingons.
I guess?
Yeah.
I mean, my money's still on original series, which means
I agree.
Could be anybody's guess, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know it very well.
Captain, we can control the Federation as easily as we can control you. The fate of the inferior in any galaxy.
Oh, this rings a bell.
Did they have galaxy invasions? Oh, I don't know.
This rings a bell. There's a trial. I only know the image in my head. There's a trial with Kirk on the one side, and the Klingon captain on the other, and they're essentially arguing about their polity, and its value. But I haven't seen it myself.
Well, I mean, okay. One thing against it being Klingons is this universe is already occupied. That doesn't sound like something you would say to a Klingon.
Oh no, there's a third party who is running the trial.
Right. Okay.
That's at least this is my memory. I have no idea. We're going to find out because.
Okay, we have another TOS episode. Yes. I didn't recognize any of these, so I'm sorry, guys. But the episode is TOS 221 or 222, depending on everything, by any other name.
Ooh, that's intriguing. They had such Shakespearean titles back then.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, it's going to be a brand new one. We're going to get to discover it, Kay.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Great. Thank you for joining me in this high energy sort of ending that I was going to.
I was accessing. I had this lingering feeling that we've forgotten something, but no.
Well, then there's only one more thing to do.
I'm leaving Starfleet.
Energize!
We hope you've enjoyed this week's episode with your friends Kay and Kaki, production, editing by Chief Engineer Greg, and music by Fox Amor. Join us next week for Nyota's Wish, the fanfiction reading, followed by Any Other Name, TOS 222. Visit troyoftrek.com/links to send us your recommendations, support us on Patreon, or to find us on Blue Sky. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening to Joy of Trek, and we'll see you out there!